You guys, we're back live, all 52 podcasts. Sean, Javon. Man, it's been a crazy sports week. A lot of things in the news. But the most important thing, the New York Knicks are world champions. Javon, what's going on?
Don't say that. No allow's gonna come at you.
Forgot about that. The NBA, what do we call them, man? Just NBA champs? That's what he wants us to do?
Yeah.
Man, what a clown. All right,
I
the drop.
mean,
Go ahead.
can I tell you a quick story on that?
Go ahead.
So when that first happened, I was still at the messenger. And it was like a debate going into our morning meeting one Monday. And my whole argument was the best players in the world play in the NBA.
No question.
So if you win an NBA championship, I personally don't mind you calling yourself world champion because the best players in the world play in the NBA, and it is the best league in the world. We had a women's sports editor at the time. This woman said, I don't know, I think it's a little bit of a male ego thing. I said, all right, yeah, that's it. I'm cool. I don't want to hear no other part of this conversation. We know how to turn something into something in this society. Oh my goodness.
It's so
I heard
sensitive.
that. I said, yeah, that's it. That ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about. If the WNBA wanted to call themselves world champions, I damn sure wouldn't be mad because I know it ain't enough good women's basketball in the world to have a problem with the WNBA champion calling themselves the world champion.
I completely agree. I think the world in general is we're just too sensitive. Like it's just too sensitive, and it's like any opportunity to switch it to
And we try to be too smart.
yes.
It's too many jackasses trying to be too smart.
No, the Knicks are the NBA. They are the world champions because at the end of the day, most teams in the world won't beat the New York Knicks in a 7-game series. Any team in the world, I don't think they beat them in the 7-game series. So it is what it is. All right, but it's over. They won 56 years. Damn, should I start off with an apology? Or are we apologizing to Jalen Brunson first? How are we starting off with this?
53 years.
53 years, excuse me. Yep.
Number two, tell you the same thing I said in the group chat. Why can't we just say the New York Knicks won the championship?
I gotta be honest, it's not that easy.
No. It is. You just stop letting the rules of talk show television define your discourse on basketball. I'll tell you, there ain't been many individuals winning championships lately. This was a team effort from the Knicks. Last year was a team effort from the Thunder. Who was it before that? If you want to say the Nuggets over the Heat was a Jokic ring, I can accept that. The Celtics, that was a team championship over the Mavericks. Let's see. I don't care what anyone says. Milwaukee was not a Giannis ring. That was a team championship over the Suns. Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton got a lot to say about that championship. The Lakers in 2019, that ain't a LeBron championship. That ain't an AD championship. That was both of them. Team championship. So, like, we can get honest about this thing. The Warriors, Steph's last ring. That was a team ring. Jordan Poole got a lot to say about that championship. So we can stop trying to make basketball a one-man sport like the LeBron fans will have you believe until it's him losing and now it's a team sport. No, it's a team sport. It was a team championship. Congratulations to the New York Knicks. Great performance by Jalen Brunson in Game 7.
Game 5.
Game 5, yeah, excuse me. Great series by OG Anunoby.
Yes.
Great series from Jose Alvarado. Great series from Karl Anthony Towns. And shout out to all my Temple brothers on that Knicks staff. Mark Tyndale in player development, Pepe Sanchez in scouting, of course, Rick Brunson, one of Mike Brown's top assistants. Yeah, shout out to the Owls, man. I was happy for those guys. I text Mark right afterwards. Them, congratulate him. Oh, and Leon Rose, that's a Temple Law degree, right there. So that was 4. So yeah, shout out to the guys.
All right, but Javon, that's not what we do. Like that, I gotta be honest. That's why I was waiting for the podcast. This is what I was gonna say about that. We were on this podcast. I'll speak for myself, and I have said multiple times that a team being led by a guard who some people are saying in person he's like 6'1", 6 feet. He's like my height. You're taller than him. Can win and can lead a team to an NBA championship. That was one. That's one discord. I was wrong about that. 2. We at the beginning of this postseason, we did not have that same New York team. I thought Atlanta could upset them in 7 games, and we didn't have that New York team going to the NBA Finals. Correct?
We can say we were wrong.
That's fine.
We were wrong. Congratulations, but we don't have to just make this all about Jalen Brunson.
Yo, at the last game 4
Sean,
in the second half.
What did Jalen Brunson have to do with them first 3 games? He played awful. We're not making this about him.
But no. He played really good in game. What was it? The game that came out, game 4 in the second half. In the second half, he was special.
What did he do in the first 3 games of this series, Sean? It was a 5-game series, and he played like dog doo-doo for the first 3. We're not making this about him.
He scored nearly half of his team's points in game 5.
I'm gonna say it again. 5-game series. He played like crap for 3. We're not making this about him.
All right, then how do we make arguments? Who's better, LeBron, Kobe, and Michael? You tell me. How do we make those arguments?
Why is that a conversation right now?
I'm just asking you a question. How do we make the arguments?
What does Jalen Brunson have to do with that tier of player?
When you do something special, we have to crown you.
Sean, do you think Jalen Brunson, just because he just won that championship, is a better player than Luka Doncic?
No, absolutely not.
Do you think he's a better player than Giannis?
No.
Is he better than Shea?
Nope.
Is he better than Jokic?
Nope.
So what are we doing? Why are we? It's not a conversation.
Congratulations.
He got his finals MVP.
No,
he got a championship. Congratulations to the Knicks. First time in 53 years. This does not have to turn into some. Where's Jaylen Brown? Where's Jalen Brunson on the hierarchy of the NBA right now? It does not have to be.
No, but the thing is that this championship is just as impressive as any of those titles that any of those guys win, or whatever the case may be, or maybe just more because we never seen a team actually transform. Because this Knicks team is not the same Knicks team that started the postseason. Correct? Right or wrong?
Yeah, that is correct.
All right, so that's great coaching, and because again, if this was the same team that was playing the regular season and they won 60 games, we'd have a different conversation. I did not see this. You did not see this. No one could tell me, even New York fans. Maybe shout out to James Dolan, first of all.
But we've already given the Knicks their flowers from before the finals. We said all of this.
But who you picked to win the finals?
I picked the Spurs.
Who did I pick? I picked the Spurs.
We picked the Spurs, Sean.
And it wasn't as competitive as it should have been.
We can't see the future, bro. And actually, it was a more competitive series than you think. The Spurs won the first 3 quarters of damn near every game. They just didn't know how to finish.
They led by 73% of the games. I see that. But at the end of the day, I thought I was going 7 games. You thought I was going to go 6 games. I thought the whole league thought I was going to go 7 games. I did not expect this before. Because at the end of the day, what the Knicks, the meat of the potato was the Knicks experience outlasted the Spurs. And that's where and we'll go talk about it in a second. You have to have vets on your team. I'm not discrediting this title like it was just a one-off type of thing. No, this is the most, I said this before the series. If they win the title, it's the most improbable title since the Mavericks won the title in 2011. And I mean, look at all the titles. Look at all the titles. Because even Kawhi's 2019 title, he was a top 5 player. I did not expect this at all. And then Dirk title won against 3 Hall of Famers and the Heatles, who was supposed to win 8 in a row according to LeBron James. This is right up there with the 2004 Pistons, the 2011 Mavericks. That's a title that we, even to this day, we talk about those titles like they won multiple titles. Those titles mean more sometimes than those Steph's 2, 3, 4. No,
Hey,
no.
hold on.
In some people's eyes, they do.
I don't know who is we. You don't hear me glorifying the 04 Pistons and the 2011 Mavericks. The only people I hear glorifying one championship, the way you're putting it, are the 08 Celtics and the 16 Cavs. I mean, both of them teams can't stop talking about it. It's ridiculous.
Their personality. No, I agree. The personalities on those two teams, they talk like they won multiple titles. But let's be real. And New York fans be mad. I don't care. I think we both could say here, and looking, we've been wrong. So if guys, we're wrong again, that's how life is. That this Knicks team ain't winning back-to-back titles. I don't think we'll go.
Series, whoever wins isn't going to repeat.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be no. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a dynastic run. The league wants freaking every year to be a different champion. And shout out to Adam. That's what's happening. Everybody's been winning. Oh, one thing I have to say, because I looked this up. Let's talk on this podcast. We need to stop talking about the West dominance. The last 8 titles in the NBA.
No, because I know where you're going with this one.
Well, let me finish first.
We can go ahead.
4 titles by the Eastern Conference, 4 titles from the Western Conference.
Sean, for an 82-game season, what conference would you rather be in?
Western Conference. Well, if I'm playing, Eastern Conference. But if I'm
stop. That's the answer right there.
But Javon, that's fine.
Top heavy in the East. That is fine. Who is the more complete conference to make it through 82 games in the postseason from? The West. What's going on today, Sean?
No.
I'm used to getting, man.
Javon.
I'm getting some overreaction from you this morning.
No. Listen, I'm being real. I said, I'm going to speak for myself. The NBA Finals was OKC versus San Antonio. I said that. I think a lot of people thought that. Let's call it spade a spade. No one thought Cleveland
told us.
Okay. No, it's not common sense. What I saw.
Actually, hold on. Because while we were saying that, I distinctly remember on this podcast and on multiple phone calls saying, hey, whoever wins this series most likely is the champion. But the Knicks are not going to roll over. They're going to put up a fight. Did I not say that on here?
That doesn't mean that you said they were going to win.
I didn't say that.
Okay. All right. So anyone can put up a fight.
We ain't acting like we just said the Knicks are going to get rolled over and didn't stand a chance.
No, but let's be real. The last 2 finals.
You're being a little over apologetic, Sean.
You said in the last podcast that if Tyrese Halliburton didn't get hurt, the Pacers would have won the title last year. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so that means if they won last year and this team won this year, then the East would have won back-to-back titles, correct? And then the Celtics, they would have won 3 straight titles, correct?
If it was a 5th, we'd all be drunk. What are we talking about?
That's fair. But my point is that for me, that conversation's over. Like, it's not just a guarantee that whoever wins the West, we're going to crown them the title. Because OKC really should we won't know if, like you said, if it was like, that's true. But OKC would not have won, would have been more competitive, and we don't know. That's one of the biggest in NBA history that if Tyrese wasn't hurt, they wouldn't have won that title last year. And they were a historic team.
I think you're being over apologetic. It's all right, Sean. We get it wrong sometimes, man. I know you've been on an apology tour in the group chat, reflecting on all your opinions that were wrong. It's okay. We are all wrong sometimes, man.
I remember when Sam, I have to pull this up. When Sam Darnold won the Super Bowl, the first topic was like, hey, I had to say, I was like, yo, I was wrong about that. No, it wasn't just, I couldn't just brush it off like you trying to brush off Jalen. No, we were completely wrong about this. This wasn't a.
Hold on. Sam Darnold and Jalen Brunson is a completely different conversation. Hold on. Sean, you're talking to one of the biggest Jalen Brunson advocates there was a few years ago. Who was the one up here screaming about how bad the Mavericks are going to look for letting him walk?
That's fine. Yeah. Okay.
Like, we ain't going to sit here and like I'm just some Jalen Brunson hater or something. We're not Brunson haters on this podcast. We know he can hoop. We just didn't think the Knicks were going to win the championship. That's okay.
But
And hold on, because your thing might have been the small guard thing. Never came out of my mouth. I never thought he had a number 2 on the perimeter, which I made clear in several of our recent podcasts. So I'm not getting on that apology tour with you because I never was a part of that boat saying he was too small. I thought he didn't have enough help on the perimeter because they damn sure built enough defense around him. I thought he didn't have enough offensive help. If I owe anyone an apology, it would be OG Anunoby for how good he was offensively this series.
yeah, I think OG is different, definitely better than most of us think, like offensively. Like, and I don't think he gets the plays run for him. And actually, shout out to Masai, because I remember we had a conversation a couple of weeks ago. Masai, that was a Masai draft pick, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. Even looking back in hindsight of that 2019 Raptors team, because you had Siakam and you had OG, you had Kawhi, history is going to look favorably. And now Fred, how they became better players. And I haven't been a big fan of that 2019. Yeah, exactly. So history is going to look back at the team, the names, and who they became as players. Like, oh wow, they actually had talent on that team. They wasn't as developed like they are now.
You're feeling apologetic, Mr. Oh man, they won that championship because of injuries. I am the one who keeps saying I think that team beats Golden State either way, and I'm looking real good right now. So I'll throw that onto your list if you feel apologetic today.
Nah, I'm not feeling apologetic because I still think they cheated the process, and I don't respect that. I don't. They cheated. Kawhi plays 50 games or something like that. I can't remember. He cheated the process, and he still won.
So we mad at the Raptors for building a team deep enough to withstand the regular season without putting such a burden on Kawhi's legs, and then him staying healthy for the postseason. We getting mad at that.
I ain't getting mad. I'm giving them credit that they had more talented players than I thought.
Who stays injured with the exception of this season. We mad that they made sure he was fresh for the playoffs. I don't get it, man. That's the problem with the world. We want everybody to do things the way we want them to do it instead of the way that's best for them. That's the problem.
No. I just wanted them to do it the way I seen it be done by the greats, by Kobe.
You want it done the way you want it to be done, not the way that works best for them.
I'm pretty sure no, not me. I'm pretty sure the rest of you asked Kobe how it should be done. You asked Michael how it should be done. You asked Magic how it should be done. The greats.
None of them have the injury issues of a Kawhi Leonard. None of them.
I don't want to disrespect Kawhi's injuries, but at the end of the day, certain tiers, if you want to be one of the guys and people saying you were the best player in the league, there's some criteria with that. I'm not saying Jalen Brunson. If Jalen Brunson did it, I wouldn't have anything to say. But when you that guy and Uncle Dennis is saying you that guy and forcing your way out, there's a different standard that you have to abide by. That's how I was raised. Because the same standards, the one thing I don't quote, I'm disappointing you this week. I gotta be honest. I think you pick and choose who to put the same pressure on or praise to. Because LeBron on this podcast has been doing it. If LeBron was winning titles like that, woof. Oh my gosh.
He does not have the injury history of Kawhi. You don't want any context, apparently. What's going on?
Kawhi played 68 games this year at 30, the oldest he's ever been.
The first time in forever he's done that, Sean.
Do you think he's always been?
Has he not gotten serious injuries the last 3 seasons?
The Achilles and stuff like that, I agree. But remember that year when they were trying to low manage themselves to a title in LA and it didn't work out. I don't believe you can win that way. I've only seen one team do it. Listen, that's why I'm never gonna
win. You probably can't win multiple that way. I won't argue with you. But the Raptors had Kawhi for 1 year. Everyone knew it was going to be a 1-year deal. And they did what they had to do to win in that 1 year.
If I'm going over 80 years of history of the NBA, that's why I still not off that whole small guard thing or low management. Yes, Jalen Brunson. Let's back to Jalen Brunson. I'm going to give him his flowers. If Javon doesn't, I'm very impressed with the mentality and the leadership and Mike Brown, all those guys. It shows you how you can build an NBA championship.
He had a fantastic game 5. Now I'm not giving him his flowers.
I'm just saying to be the best player on a championship team, at that size and that's playing. Yo, and no, I was gonna say also, man, because when you watch the games, the first 3 rounds, the Knicks played Golden State-ish. The last round, they got back to Jalen just pounding the basketball, bringing it up, blah, 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 really running no plays. That Luka, James Harden style, I thought could never win a championship. And I'm really surprised that style beat San Antonio. That just, that's not what
nah, man, no,
it
because
was. It was like that.
no, they were putting 2 guards in there to get Brunson off the ball. Also, Brunson got moved to the 2 for a lot of them stretches and got his buckets. That 3 he got over Wemby was one of those stretches. That was nothing like the Luka and Harden stuff because those guys don't come off the ball. That brother was coming off the ball. If y'all can't get into nothing, then give me the ball for the ISO, which we've seen from all those greats that you just named, Michael, Kobe. That's what they do in the finals. Y'all can't get going. Once y'all cross half court, give me the ball. I'll go get one. That was nothing like the Harden and Luka style of play to me.
Okay. All right. So I think it was closer to that I've ever seen of one guy just dominating the basketball. Maybe the last game and a half. Because a lot of plays, especially, and Mikal Bridges played better in game 5.
He was using his mid range too. Was those two just completely?
Okay.
Completely.
Okay. All right. Well, that's the closest I've seen with that style. But again, shout out to the Knicks. Like you said, no, I don't really want to over romanticize it, but I do think that it's one of the it's going to be going down as one of the most memorable NBA champions. Because by the way, who won the 2005 NBA championship?
Spurs.
We know that. Right? We know that because we were sports fans, right? 2007, we Spurs, whatever the case would be. Do those titles ring as some things are just not equal in life? The 2011 title doesn't for the Mavericks because who they beat and how the circumstances, just in people's minds, stand out more than certain titles. Like the Nuggets championship. Shout out to Nuggets. Shout out to the Nuggets. Shout out to the Nuggets. I'd be forgetting they won a title because it feels like it was like 10 years ago. I'm being dead serious. It feels like 10 years ago. Just because of how they did it and who they beat and stuff like that. Circumstances in life happen sometimes. Certain titles mean more than other people. Or we remember more than other people.
I don't think any of them people care about that. As long as they got that jewelry on their finger, they're just fine.
I agree. You don't have to care. Mm-hmm.
All right, Sean. Big trade in AFC North. Myles Garrett is headed to Los Angeles for Jarrett Verse, a first, a second, and a third round pick. I think it's safe to say it's Super Bowl or bust for the Rams.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that they're the favorite, but I have them going in as the favorite.
Hold on. My apologies. Myles Garrett, sorry, you gotta wait. We ain't leaving this segment without talking about the Spurs. Hold on.
Yeah, I thought we were going to just
Backtrack. My apologies. I got one thing I want to start this conversation off with, Sean. We have to stop with this they're young and they'll be back stuff. Did OKC ever get back?
No. Which ones? The Thunder? The Kevin Durant one?
The Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Serge Ibaka. Did they ever get back?
No.
It is not a guarantee. Y'all have to stop with this stuff. When you get to a championship, you need to win it. There is no guarantee you're going to get back. Wemby missed 2 free throws in game 4.
Mm-hmm.
Allowing offensive rebound in game 5 that ends the game. 3 blown leads because you can't get in the post and go get your team a bucket.
Yep.
De'Aaron Fox, you are the terrorist of San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
Stephon Castle, your offensive game needs to improve because that game 5 was. I left that series saying there are only 2 untouchables on that roster. Their names are Dylan Harper and Victor Wembanyama.
Mm-hmm.
Wembanyama needs to gain weight and get a post game. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about But you got a trainer. We don't want a game much. You got all these people who keep listening to these jackasses, and it has contributed to the downfall of the game of basketball. Ms. Johnson, buddy, you need to spend the whole summer with Pop and learning what an offense is. So I don't know what the hell we watched in the finals. Ever.
Yeah, I agree.
And refusing to sit De'Aaron Fox is crazy. And I'm hoping. Do they need to move him for the sake of Wemby? Absolutely. Should anyone take that contract? Hell, I am hoping what I'm hearing about the Bulls being interested isn't true. Y'all got to get out of this cycle, Chicago. Have to get out of it. That is a brother who don't care and just won't play winning basketball. I keep telling y'all, you can't keep taking players from these organizations like the Kings and expecting them to play some winning basketball. They've been polluted. It's over for them. But then again, I do want to say, hey, Dallas, y'all look dumb. Y'all had a bet for the Brunson and Luka. Neither one of them anymore. Sacramento, y'all had a backcourt of Halliburton and Fox. They're not there anymore. And you had Mike Brown as your head coach, and you got rid of him. So y'all look like some dumb franchises, and y'all deserve whatever's coming to you. But yeah, Spurs, that was the most embarrassing finals loss of my life.
Damn, most embarrassing. Wow. I thought in my lifetime, the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq in dog walk by the Pistons. Damn, because those were blowouts.
I think knowing everything that was going on behind the scenes changes that for me. And also, you and I have both been watching, I guess, that Heat 20-year reunion from the 06 team.
Yeah.
And listening to Shaq. Can you blame Kobe for not wanting to be with Shaq anymore?
No, it was time. We've outgrown each other.
That brother, it was so undedicated.
He was.
When you're the reason, like when you fall out with Kobe Bryant and Pat Riley, two of the most no-nonsense characters in the history of the NBA, and then you hear his side of the story, like, no, Shaq is the problem.
Yo, Shaq was definitely the problem because he said after he won his fourth title, he quit. He stopped caring. Like, he got one over Kobe and he was done for.
The brother said winning got boring.
Yeah, that's what.
I can't play with it.
And that's why, and we'll have a whole different conversation. We should do a podcast ranking NBA players in history. But that's why I have Duncan over Shaq in that era. And most people don't.
I ain't going.
No, I do. I think Shaq was dominant, but Duncan and the consistency and he won 5 of those things. I just have Duncan. He was a better defense player. That's just my personal opinion.
Now, Sean, now we about to have this conversation.
Go ahead.
It's the same one I got to bring up. Every time Kobe won a championship, almost every time, excuse me, they went through the Spurs.
Yep.
And cooked them. The only time in Shaq and Kobe's career where Duncan got them was 03. Other than that, they used to work with them boys. No, the head-to-head means too much for me. No, Timmy D ain't Shaq at all. No. Now, where I thought you were going with this, where I would 100% agree, I have Elijah going over Shaq.
That's a tough conversation.
So you just said because Duncan's a better defender, Hakeem's a way better defender, just as good in the post as Shaq.
No, he's
more
better
versatile
than
offensively. More versatile offensively.
Yep.
And I could be making this up, but I do think they met each other in 1995 in the finals, and
he embarrassed him.
I think Shaq's team had a big lead in game 1 before losing, and then they lost the next 3 games. I don't know. I think I could be making that up, but I do think one owns a sweep over the other in the finals. But like I said, I could be making that up.
Well, I do think that there's a lot of similarities to this finals to that finals with the young teams, but um, I'm not mad at it. Like I think Shaq is the most dominant player ever because we never see anyone like him. But when you talk about players breaking down their skill sets, Shaq's been swept by the out of the top 10 guys. I've seen this before. Been swept out of the postseason the most out of the like his team's being swept. I do think
Can we talk
I
about
love
that
Shaq.
real quick?
Go ahead.
Can
Go
we
ahead.
talk about that?
Go ahead.
Because what's LeBron fans this thing? What? There are two things. Mike wasn't nothing without Scotty, and Kobe was the number 2 to Shaq. You go look at all the playoff series while Del Harris was playing with Kobe's minutes. Couldn't win nothing. Then when Phil comes along, he's like, no. Jones, Temple Brothers, love it, but gotta go. Van Exel, gotta go. The perimeter belongs to that brother right there. It's ironic how he starts averaging 27. And then the Lakers start winning. So who really needed who? Because who Shaq championships come? Because y'all think Charles Barkley be playing with him. Who his championships come with?
Dwayne Wade and Kobe.
And who was the number 1 options on the like D Wade averaged 35 in that final series, by the way. 35.
Mm-hmm.
And Kobe was the closer. And outside of 2000, Kobe was the better player. 02 and 03, Kobe Bryant was the best player on the Lakers.
Yeah, I'm not mad that you rank Hakeem, but I think Duncan is right there with Hakeem too. So like I don't think any argument's wrong. I just don't think Shaq's I don't have Shaq in my top 7.
I'll tell you why I knocked Timmy D down a couple notches.
Go ahead.
Name his first 4 championships.
Against
give me the years. Now I want the teams, the years.
99, 03, 05, 07.
Yeah, that's the first 4.
Yep.
When did he get his last one?
14.
You went 7 years. And you had a team capable of it in each of those years.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spurs, like we ain't gonna act like the Spurs didn't have disappointment after disappointment after disappointment in that 7-year span.
Mm-hmm.
The Grizzlies, the Mavericks, they had disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. And they let the Lakers go to 3 straight again in that stretch.
Yep.
They let the Mavericks go to 1. They let OKC go to 1. That 7-year stretch tells me I can only put Timmy D, but so far.
Okay, and my only fight back, and then I want to get back to my Spurs point before I lose him. Who's the GOAT in football?
Brady.
Quarterback. Brady won 10 years while winning Super Bowls.
I do think it is much harder to win.
I don't know. Come on, John.
Hey, hold on, Sean. Hold on. Because you don't want to hear that one. You want to hear this.
Come on, man.
Hold on. Didn't he win multiple?
Yeah. Absolutely.
He had 3. What is it? He had 3, the break, and then he won 6.
True. But
Timmy D had 4, the break, and 1.
But it could have been 2 if Popovich didn't make that mistake. And I'll leave it at that. It could have been 2. I'll leave it at that. Simple as that. It could have been 2. So
but we say
if it was a 5th, that's all I'll say. But all right, real quick. So I want to break it down real quick and we can switch topics. Wemby got to get stronger. Wemby has to. I'm not saying I love his mentality. I love it. I pulled it up because you sent it. Wemby's been coming in second place his whole career. Second, and then the 4 times they said he came in second place, right? The only thing is, and that's why I think the standard is the standard for Wemby, because he cried after the NBA Western Conference Finals. We let's call the optics. He was playing kind of dirty in this postseason.
Now, would you rather him cry after the Western Conference Finals or after winning the play-in?
Someone said this is the new Pat Bev, though. So I just see it online. They were like, "Yo, that's the new Pat Bev woman." But he went to the finals at 22. It's not
crying
the
Pat Bev. Play-in is crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. I give him credit. He's 22 years old. But when you walk like you, that guy, I don't care if they lost this time because we know how basketball is with experience and stuff. It's how they lost once, and two, how he played in the fourth quarters. If you that guy, you going out swinging. I don't care if you're 22 or you're 45. If you're that guy, you going out swinging. And he didn't go out swinging in the games they lost. So I do hold that him responsible for this loss, just as on top of everybody, because you were in position to win, and you're supposed to be the guy. And you talk like you're the guy. So we expect you to be the guy, and you failed to be the guy in the fourth quarter. Simple as that. I got to call him out on that. But he's going to get bigger. He's going to get stronger. And this is not the end for them. Second, Castle. I'm a big Castle guy. Very disappointed in his offensive performance. He was great in that OKC series. I don't know. Again, these guys seem like they just ran out of gas. It's the most basketball these young kids have ever played in their life. Harper has to be your starting point guard. This goes into Harper and Fox.
Two guard.
Two guard. You could be all right. So Fox could be your one. They're not going to give off. I was watching a bunch of shows. He has too much money for them to move off of Fox. He would probably be moved off with a first round pick in year 3 or 4 when there's only 2 years left or 1 year left. But then no one's going to take a 4-year max.
From what I read, I forgot which insider it was. The new anti-tanking rules might actually make his contract somewhat like appealing because
good point.
It increases your payroll, and it's a good player who's going to add probably 5 to 7 wins to your team, and you're still going to be in the 30 and 52 range. That's
a good point. That's
a good point. Which is being rewarded in this new system. So this might actually encourage some of the suckers.
A team like Chicago, I know we're going to talk about them later. They're roster-wise, they're one of the worst 3 rosters in the league. You have to start getting good, or in Brooklyn, you have to start getting good players just so you can stay out of that. And you might not be a playoff team, but just to stay out of that bottom 3.
Brooklyn's ready to cash out on Austin Reeves.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm not even going to dignify. That's all right. I'm stuttering. I don't even know what to say. Like, that didn't make no sense to me. I was like, yo, what is this? Like, you just got money to spend and you just throw it on someone? Like, that's like settling. Like, that made no sense to me. I saw that. I was like, yo, are they just settling? It's like marrying you're 50, you just have to marry someone. So anyways, so I do think Harper, if he's your number 2, I don't see anyone taking Fox's contract. It's just starting. I don't see that. You got to go get a 4. I heard Rui Hachimura at the 4. No, you got to go get a bruiser at the 4, who's someone, because the reason they were out toughed in the fourth quarters. They were out, Wimby's not strong enough, and you need someone next to him. He needs his Aaron Gordon in the dunker spot. They need someone who can hit a couple threes, but forget all that, who can rebound, defend, and that's what they need. And they have money this offseason. So good thing about their core, everybody's talking about, it's not. They could still improve on the core because they haven't paid anybody. Wimby's going to contract extensions as a kick into next season. So they can go and get someone and try to move Fox the next season. And Keldon Johnson got to go. I don't see what he adds value-wise. I would put Champagnie in that spot as a 6-man, move Harper into the starting lineup, give me a 4. I just don't want to see what he adds. And last for me, Mitch Johnson was our coach. Really, like, this might be his Eric Spoelstra moment. Eric Spoelstra took a lot of heat about what happened in 2011. He came back with a fresh offense, a fresh mindset. I'm not giving up on Mitch, but that was severely outcoached by Mike Brown. The year of his experience on the court and off the bench was significant. And one last point. They have to get a vet. They have to get some other guy who's been there. I'm not giving up on this team. I think they're really talented. I think they're more talented than the Knicks. No one can say they're not a better talent-wise than the Knicks. But those are the changes I would make. San Antonio's fine.
And I'm going to be honest with you, he probably doesn't need to play after the first 10 games of the season. Call Chris Paul out of retirement. Just let him teach these guys how to see the floor and how to get Wemby the ball. Because Chris used to force Wemby into the post. Yeah. Hey, big fella, set it here, go post. Post here. Post here. Hey, go screen for him and then go dive down. Let Chris come back. Yeah, talk him out of retirement and let him come back for the season to show these guys how to play some half-court basketball.
Chris wasn't bad his last season in San Antonio. No, he wasn't bad.
I saw somebody say once the Clippers cut him, the Spurs should have been on the phone to bring him back. Now that's hindsight 100%. But
Do I think they win the series? Because Chris, absolutely not. I think that's a discredit in the Knicks. The Knicks would have won it, but I think it would have gone 6 or 7. I don't think they lose all those games collapsing because Chris is not that impactful, and Chris never won his own thing as the
right.
man. But I do think it goes 6 or 7, whereas Chris Paul and that their bench, their bottom
And
9,
again,
10.
did not really. So I'm seeing people saying didn't rely on Harrison Barnes enough, playing wise. I don't think he should have gotten a whole bunch of minutes like people are suggesting, because let's not forget, like, we blame the Draymond suspension for the 2016 collapse, which was that Steph wasn't healthy, Bogut got hurt, but like the one who allowed the Cavs to make it a series again was Harrison Barnes. Remember how broke his jump shot was that series?
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
I ain't going to act like he needed to play, but so much in this series. Just a few minutes here and there, just to express some championship experience. But, yeah, they need serious veteran leadership. Not Kelly Olynyk, who was never played for a contender. Guys who actually have been there before.
One last thing I would say, Adam Silver
Maybe
won.
LeBron. You need a 4.
I don't want that.
And you need somebody to get you a little organized.
Don't poison. I want Wemby to be over here. Don't poison that. Let Wemby. Yeah, do not poison that. And no disrespect to LeBron. Do not poison this kid. Let him be here. Let him do his thing. Don't take his spotlight away. Let him be what he's doing in San Antonio. Oh, last Adam Silver won because the NBA won. This was a significant series for the league. But I would say this: the NBA has to figure something out because he dodged a bullet because Wemby should have been suspended for Game 6 if there was a Game 6. Because at some point, we text, yeah, all right, you want to mush Brunson in the face, but that clearly, I looked like he was trying to hurt Brunson on that 3-point shot. And I just don't think, I think he's very competitive. I love it, but it's going to start turning into a little Draymond-ish if it keeps continuing. Because I didn't like some of those intentional fouls he did in the postseason. I thought they were dirty and classless, and he could have hurt Brunson on that. Because if you look at the replay, he's looking down at his feet.
Extended his ear.
His sentence, you know what I mean? Like that's you're turning into, you're gonna become, you know how everybody has that villain arc? You're gonna become the dirty player, even though we think you're the best player. Like, I don't like that stuff. I thought that was very classless, and I thought that was dirty. I thought that was super dirty. I watched the replay 5 times when I got home. I'm like, what the hell was he doing? Like, you purposely doing that? That was a cool. You say about Zaza, that was a clear. That's one of the worst ones I've seen since Zaza on purpose. Come on, man. You can't beat him. You're gonna try to hurt him. That was classic. He has some growing up to do. Walking off the court, all that stuff, skipping press conferences. There was some black eyes on Wemby this postseason run.
Oh, absolutely.
It was gonna make him better, and it's gonna be better for the league and for us as fans. But that was classless. I didn't like that at all.
All right, now to the Myles Garrett trade. Talk to you.
All right, so Myles Garrett goes to LA for Jared Verse, a 2027 first, a second, 28 and 29 a third. A lot for Garrett, but makes the Rams the clear favorite to win the championship. Javon, what's your thoughts on it? What does anybody beat the Rams?
I think Philly's probably the only team in the conversation, right? Because it seems like they have the Rams' number.
I don't think Philly's the best team in that division.
Yeah, I know. We're both sipping the Cowboys Kool-Aid.
No, and that team up north,
Stop,
south from you.
Stop.
Let's wait.
As long as that terrorist is on the sidelines, they mean nothing. Because even if they make the playoffs, they won't win 2 games in the same postseason. So just stop talking to me about them. Stop. Somebody was in the Xbox party yesterday saying his name. I was about to slap the taste off their mouth. Stop mentioning him to me. I have serious distaste for that guy. And it's already starting because they already were like the new Ravens with all these injuries in minicamp. Golly, Sean, I was off to a good start this morning.
I'm just saying.
Woke me up this morning and started me on my way, and you're gonna bring up a spawn of Satan. Anyways, where was I going with this? Oh no, so the Phillies, yeah, they might the Eagles. Excuse me, golly, Sean, you got me all
Yeah, my
discombobulated,
bad.
bro.
Yo, damn, that name
Damn.
just messes you up like that. What
Yes,
the
it
hell?
does, bro.
Damn.
Goodness. Anyways,
Damn.
center myself. The Eagles, they may not win that division this year. I do think they make the playoffs. The vibes in the locker room, I don't guarantee that they're better. Now Devontae Smith's out. If what was happening to AJ, the looking him off and boom, 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 starts happening to Smitty, then the whole locker room's going to look at Jalen like, hey, man, what's your problem? So it's not a guarantee the vibes are going to be higher, but I would bet that they will be. That being the case, I think they'll get to the playoffs. And once you're in, all you want is the matchup. All you want are the teams that you know you can beat. Like if you're Philly, you want to see the Rams, but you don't want to see the Bucks. And the Bucks are the worst team, but the Bucks have their number. They have the Rams number. That's the only way I can see the Rams losing this year. I don't think San Fran has anything for them. And I think the Garrett trade and adding the two corners from the Chiefs, I think that gives LA the nod over Seattle. Because now it's like you got to think. You got Darnold having to make those reads against that much talent without Clint Kubiak in his helmet. It's going to be very difficult for him to play the Rams this season. So I would say the Rams are the favorite. They just have to get over the hump that has been the Philadelphia Eagles for them.
Yeah, nothing in life is guaranteed, especially in football because it's one game. But
hey, Stafford can get hurt. God forbid. But Stafford, one hit can change a lot.
He's older too. They are the favorites. The Super Bowl's in LA. They'll be the first team to have played both Super Bowls in their home stadium, 2 Super Bowls in their home stadium. Yeah, I don't think Seattle's better. I always love San Francisco because I do love what they have down there. But they did lose Salah.
At some point, we got to stop the San Fran stuff, though. Like
I thought last year was the year we stopped and they made a playoff run.
It's keep coming short. Clearly have nothing for Seattle. I'm done talking about San Fran. Andy can't stay healthy. They're excluded from all talks from me. I'm sorry.
What about Green Bay or Chicago? I'm just going down the
contenders. Not Green Bay. Oh, heck. Not Jordan Love and that extension they just gave Christian Watson that we're going to talk about. No. Chicago, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Caleb Williams respond to the hype. And it was way too soon for him to get the Madden cover. Way too soon.
Way too soon. That was one of the biggest surprises I've ever seen. I think other reasons got him the Madden cover, but we could talk about that another time. But he shouldn't get the Madden cover.
You said Detroit? Hell no.
Detroit, no. I think Detroit will bounce back. And then
I'm just not a fan of the Campbell and Goff combo. I think Dan Campbell is white America's head coach, not a Super Bowl winning head coach.
We don't have anything.
That's frat boy America's head coach.
Frat boy America. I don't think the South is going to factor into it. And then the East, you said Philly, maybe Dallas. No, they're the clear-cut favorites. It'll be a super disappointment if they don't get to the Super Bowl. I thought they could have gone to the Super Bowl last year. They're better this year, definitely in the secondary. And Garrett is, no offense to Verse, is a really good player. But for the other side, I like this move for Cleveland. I do. I think Cleveland's going all in on you got to stack the chips because you don't know if Deshaun is going to be your quarterback or Shador. You got to stack the chips. And I love that they get talented players. They know how to draft in Cleveland. I do give Barry credit. They know how to draft. They got to find the guy. So you get these 2 guys this offseason, and you got 2 cracks next season in the first round. They're going to get their quarterback. And they have to go all in with this mentality. I'm very impressed with it. I think it makes sense because you're not going to beat the Bengals or the Ravens or the Steelers in the division again. So take another year back, stack up, and figure out who you are.
And this explains the Ty Simpson pick for the Rams also. They knew they were going to come up off the first, so get your quarterback while you can. So I ain't too mad at that. I ain't too mad at it now. I still just don't think he's going to amount to be anything in the NFL.
Yeah, the Rams will be in a rebuild in 2 years. So yeah, like given all this money and the picks, that team will be broken up like their Super Bowl team within. They might do it this year, run it back the next season, and then they're gonna have to start losing pieces after that.
Yeah.
So Ty will be the quarterback within 2 years.
All right, Sean, AJ Brown, the New England is official. Got there and admitted he was leaking stories to the press in Philadelphia. Turns out his beef with AJ Brown, with Jalen Hurts, was because AJ and Hassan Reddick were sharing a side piece and AJ didn't know, but Hurts knew and didn't tell AJ about it. And he still hadn't got. When is the last time Hassan Reddick's been an Eagle, Sean?
Is he even in the league anymore? It's like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. He was on Bucks last year, right? I don't even know he's in the league.
Toward the end, yeah, and the brother didn't get over it. So, yeah, Philly, congratulations to get that out your locker room.
It's always a girl. It's always a woman. That's what they always say. There's always some people who have a beef. It's always under because of women. So
and it's too many out here to be beefing.
Yeah, 6 billion, 7 billion people in the world,
and y'all got all that money. Y'all got a whole different
access. The access.
The whole different pool of talent.
The access is totally different than you have. I would just say this: it was time. Like I'm a more big believer is you ever been around people who are no longer in love with each other? I've been around, and it'd be awkward, and you'd be like, man, they should just separate. And I'm not advocating divorce, but if you ain't happy, you ain't happy. Just go on your merry ways. And this is football. They ain't no legal papers like that. Just go on your way. There's no kids to split up, nothing. It was just ugly to see. I think it's good for both parties. I think it's really good for New England. They got a number one guy. Hopefully he doesn't come with that. Drake May is an improved year to me. Is he that guy from last year with a weak schedule, or is he going to just be a middle of the pack quarterback? That would determine the outcome of how that works in New England. But shout out to New England because I grew up there, so I'm happy they're going to be a really good team this year. The Eagles, they did a really good job in their draft. I do think that Howie is one of the best in football. I'm not worried about the Eagles. It's all on Jalen. Jalen can. Do we think he's ever going to take the step? I know that's crazy to say about a Super Bowl quarterback, but if he don't take the step, it don't matter if you have Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and AJ Brown on the outside. If Jalen Hurts ain't that guy, he ain't that guy. And maybe he might not be the guy. You guys have a Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowl appearances. It was a great era in Philly. But I think it's a good move for both teams. It was bound to happen, and I'm glad it happened for both teams.
You know what kills me about the Hurts convo with the Eagles fans? Because they swear he can do no wrong. And it's always, but he won a Super Bowl. Well, Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Jim McMahon won a Super Bowl. All right. Brad Johnson got a Super Bowl. I ain't saying Brad was bad, but Brad wasn't cream of the crop.
No, Brad wasn't.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. It's a team sport.
But that's what I meant about the Jalen Brunson conversation. Can we have this conversation? I know it all matters. Like you said, everybody's happy with their ring. But not every Super Bowl or title is equal to me. I just don't believe in that, or any title. A title's a title, but Jalen Hurts Super Bowls, and he had amazing Super Bowls. Eli Manning is amazing Super Bowls. But when we start using that as the reason that they can't be criticized, or the reason that they can't be replaced, or they can't improve, I think that's a bad thing. I don't think it's a good thing. I don't think that should be the excuse. Oh, he has the Super Bowl, because that was the whole thing with Eli. It was like, yeah, but he's not playing good. Like, I don't think
Eli only had 2 good seasons, and it was those 2 Super Bowl seasons. I don't care what anyone says.
Like, what's going to happen with Jalen Brunson? Not to go back with this. He can never have a bad season or bad game to New York fans because he got you a title. No, he's still going to be playing. He's still going to be playing. So we should be able to critique the Knicks next year and be like, yo, they ain't moving the ball. Carl Towns just lost a step. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like Stephen A. You talking about, there'll never be any doubt from me on you again, brother.
Come on.
And Brunson's like, we'll see. Like, yo, why are you going to back yourself up into that corner? He's going to do something next season that you're going to have to criticize.
Of course, they're gonna do that.
And,
And
and ESPN, what happened to having some type of journalistic integrity?
oh, that went out the
Ah,
window. Oof.
my goodness.
You called out Mike Green, but that's why I texted Chad. I was like, half of ESPN are Knicks fans. This was crazy.
NBC needed the finals this year. This year, NBC needed.
By the way, bring Legler and Jefferson. I ain't mad at them. They did a good job this postseason.
I'm cool with Legler. And whoever had the idea of getting him off the desk and over to the broadcast table, very smart. Because I did not want to hear his opinions. But on the broadcast table, where it's no opinion, just break down the game. He's been pretty good.
Well deserved. He put a lot of. He's been at ESPN for 30 years, something like that. So I give him credit.
He's been for a while. Yeah,
he's been there for a while.
Those in the background guys.
Yeah. So I give him. I always like people working. So I wasn't mad about that. It was way better than Burke and whoever else was with it last year. I think it was Legler too. I can't remember.
It was Jefferson.
Oh, it was Jefferson. Okay. Yeah.
All right, Sean. The Bucks and the Heat are talking. The Bucks apparently are not happy with Miami's offer for Giannis right now.
I think this is bigger than Miami and Bucks. Everybody's saying Boston, and I'm like,
yeah. There's a lot of smoke around Jaylen Brown being moved this offseason. You seeing that?
Oh, I'm hearing it too. My boys are hitting back up at home. I think if it is, I don't think he ends up in Milwaukee. I think it'll be a 3-team trade. Like he'll go back, come here down to the A or Portland or something like that. So Milwaukee could get some of their picks back. That's what I see, but I don't get it. Maybe Boston knows Jaylen Brown better than anyone, Brad Stevens. And maybe they're like, hey, we can't make it with these two guys being 1A, 1B anymore. Especially Jaylen had the season he had. You think Jaylen's going to want to be not first team All NBA, second team All NBA again? I don't know. But my own thing when everybody says that, it was like, then who's going to be the second banana to Giannis and Jason Tatum? Like, I think everybody's like, the cure is just to move on from Jaylen Brown. It's like, then who's going to be the second banana to Giannis and Tatum? Like, how's that work? Is Tatum now Kobe in the fourth quarter? He takes over the games, and because Giannis is not a great offensive player, especially in the sense of like shooting free throws or jump shots, he's easier to stop in the fourth quarter. And the Tatum comes out. I don't know. So it's going to be very interesting. But Bucks and Heat, I just don't see the fit because Bam and Giannis as your two cornerstones is good. But who's the point guard? Who's your best shooter? And where's that? And again, I just seen the Knicks win a title. And I don't think the Knicks have any top, besides Brunson, 15 players like that. So it's about the roles everybody else plays, and you just start with those two guys. I don't know. I just don't. I'm not a big. I can't see it, but I also couldn't see the Knicks winning a title. So maybe Miami's thinking is like, you get one of those big fish, like Pat always says. You get a big fish. Once you get a big fish, then you determine everything else around them. So you've got a big fish and you got Bam, who's a top 25 player. Then you just got to figure out the other pieces around him. Wiggins, Mitchell, Jaquez. Again, I've been wrong. I just think the problem is when you have Bam and you have a Giannis, is who is the guy come fourth quarter? Like, you could put the ball in Giannis' hand and say, hey, be a freight train, be the guy. But who's the guy? Yeah, that's my concern. Who's the guy in the fourth quarter? Like, and how's that manifest itself? Because they're both, I know Bam scored 83 points, but you guys, a secret, lean in. Bam's not a great scorer. He scored 83 points from the Washington Wizards. He's not a great scorer, you guys. He's not a great scorer at all. And he shot like 40-something free throws that game. So I know he made up a lot of threes, but he took, I think he was like 9 for 17 from three-pointer. That's that's an anomaly. That's not who Bam is. So I'm just kind of interested for like I'm just very interested to see how they do this, how they do it, and can it be done? Can Miami really do this? Can Miami win with those two guys? But back to Boston. I think if Boston, there should be no, actually, forget that. We know Boston, Milwaukee, Boston and Miami are the two top guys, top teams. I do think that we should also think of other teams. Portland, it'll be the cleanest trade for Milwaukee because then you just you get your picks, first round picks back. If you get your first round picks back, then you're all set. You get your first round picks, you're all set. And if you get your first round picks back from Milwaukee or from Portland, you can be able to take Scoot Henderson, get your 2 first round picks back, maybe take Jeremy Grant's bad contract, and then you can control your destiny. And especially with this new draft lottery, that actually probably works better for a team like the Milwaukee Bucks. Because if you're able to increase your odds in these Wild Wild West odds, you can be in the 4 to 10 range and get the first pick, a second pick. So that might make sense. that might make sense for Milwaukee. The more I think about that, that might be my best option because I'd rather control my own fate than not to control my own fate. And if you could control your own fate, that makes way more sense to me than not controlling your fate. I just think it makes way more sense for you to do that if you're Milwaukee. Who else would I put in there? I don't think OKC. I don't think OKC. I don't think definitely not the Knicks now. I don't think the Lakers have to trade assets for him. So yeah, if I had to rank it, it would be Miami number 1. Miami first. No, Boston first. Because you can go trade back. So I'm just breaking down what teams I think in order for Giannis. So I think Portland would be the number 1 team I would want to trade if I'm Milwaukee because I can get my picks back. And I think controlling your own destiny on a small market like Milwaukee is super important.
Yeah.
I think that's important. So whatever trade I can make and I can get my picks back from, I don't really care about the players. I don't want Tyler Hero. I don't even want Jaylen Brown because what's Jaylen Brown going to do for me on a Milwaukee team like that? I want take Nate Ament with the 9th pick or 10th pick, whatever pick. Go give me another asset. But know what team I heard the other day on Breaches Report? The Clippers. If the Clippers, and it goes to Jaylen Brown goes to the Clippers, Giannis goes to Boston, and then the number 5 pick goes to Milwaukee in this draft. I thought about that. I was like, a good young point guard, get Nate Ament. You might be working with something. I don't know. Get a couple draft picks.
You know me and Nate Ament don't get along.
I agree, but I do trust. I would have to say this: Taylor Jenkins, what he did in Memphis with development of players was really good. I give him a lot of credit for that. I think Taylor Jenkins got a raw deal in Memphis. Actually, how they got Taylor Jenkins is a really good coach. I think the player development side is going to be key in Milwaukee for the next 4 years since they don't control their draft picks. I think they got the right coach with that. So getting someone like Nate Ament in a place in Milwaukee, and then you go get Wagler as your 5th, that's a good starting piece with a team that you could be low key and just kind of develop on your own. So
yeah. So my thing with Milwaukee, it just comes down to what is it that you want out of Miami? And but you know what? That ain't my biggest thing. It's Miami. Because I know this is Miami's fault. Because there's a track record of it now. This is a history. Who is it that they're refusing to give up is my question.
Bam.
Because I hope it ain't Tyler Hero. And I hope it ain't Bam. And it needs to be Bam. Because Bam ain't nothing.
The other thing is
Delaware fits next to Bam way more than Giannis. Giannis and Bam together is horrible spacing.
I think people think, and I said this, they think Bam's a scorer because he got 83. He was placing the Wizards. He shot 40-something free throws. And yes, he had 9 3-pointers that night, but that's a
He was
once in a
inefficient that night.
yeah. Like
Inefficient.
I think if this one might, and I'll just give you like the footnotes. Boston, everybody's talking about getting rid of Brown and having Giannis and Tatum. Who is this still going to be an issue? Who's the number one guy in that team? I think it should be Tatum, and Giannis goes second option. But that's just
you're going to get rid of Brown, who's been the model of consistency and health, for injury-prone Giannis.
Make it make sense. It don't make sense. So that's one. And then two, what are you going to do? And then Portland, again, you get your picks back. And then Miami, we just seen Boston, then the Knicks and Indiana get to the finals with teams that
I doubt Giannis wants to go out west.
No, he's not going out west. Hell no, because he gets a signed extension. I think he wants to be in Boston or Miami. And if I'm him, if I'm Boston, I think I could beat Giannis. We just got to go get a big man. I don't think we need to go get Giannis and blow up the team. I don't think Giannis makes your ceiling even that higher. So I think Miami should go all in with them. And like Pat always says, Pat Riley, get you a big whale and figure it out. So you get Giannis and Bam, and you figure out the other pieces around.
Get rid of Bam. Get rid of Bam.
I would get rid of Bam easily.
Keep Ware. You'll have the flexibility of Ware and Giannis. Nobody's going to score in the paint on you, and Ware can actually space the floor for Giannis.
But who's your point guard? Who's your two? Who's your Mitchell and Andrew Wiggins? And Jaime Jaquez?
Yeah, I can figure it out. Ain't Norman Powell still on the contract?
Oh, you can resign him too. Again, I think the East has shown in the last 2 years you can get out the East with rosters that I wouldn't consider OKC level or San Antonio level.
Basketball team.
Yeah, you have basketball team. And the last two finals have proven you just got to get into the finals and then anything can happen. Because I did not expect OKC to get taken to 7 games. And I didn't expect the Knicks to beat San Antonio. So just get there.
All you need is a head coach and a basketball team. That's it. That's what I like. That is the one thing I like about this era. The champions, they are teams with actual coaches.
Yeah, the championships are different. I think in this era that Adam Silver wanted to cultivate, I give him credit. Every year is something new. It's exciting. I think this brand of playoffs the last couple of years have been kind of unpredictable a little bit. So yeah, I give him credit for that. Everybody has a legit chance now.
Yeah. Sean, the Bulls have hired Tiago Splitter. I think the Trailblazers are about to kill all of the progress they made last season. I really do.
Tiago did an amazing job. The Bulls, I texted you this. I thought that was a great hire. The Bulls will get Caleb Wilson. They got a lot of other things. They got the 15 pick in this draft. If I'm a Splitter, I'd rather be in the East. I'd rather be with the Bulls organization. I don't know about this owner, even though I really liked his interview.
Yeah, I'd rather be the Bulls organization. It's crazy, but
Yeah, I'd rather be there right now. And you get to start fresh. And the Bulls are doing it the right way. They got a good coach now. This GM is supposed to be well regarded in the league. You're going to get Caleb Wilson. It's a fresh start in Chicago. I think it's exciting for Chicago. I think I would try to get off Giddey's contract. And let's see what Buzelis is. I think we both like Buzelis, but I just don't know what he is as an NBA player right now.
Yeah. The fact that interim tag wasn't removed from him in February is bogus. He should have had a new deal at the All-Star break.
They didn't want to pay him.
I don't understand this league thing. You shouldn't have bought the team.
Sometimes I think these billionaires just do it. I think your boy Bishotti, said it during his press conference. His wife was like, "Yo, you said that you wasn't going to be hands-on because he was too hands-on at the beginning." And I'm thinking, if I spend billions of dollars on something,
you damn right, I'm gonna be hands-on.
I'm gonna be hands-on. Like he's like, I took a step back. I had to promise my wife, and I'm thinking, you that rich because we love football. Like that's what we love. We love sports. I'll be Jerry Jones. I tell my girl all the time, we get billions. I'm gonna be the black Jerry Jones. They're gonna hate me, but I'm gonna be hands-on on my team. Like I just feel like I know it's just as much as some of these GMs. So why wouldn't I say something? So, but yeah, like let's see how it works in Chicago with this guy. But I like Tiago getting hired.
All right, Sean, you got anything else for us today?
No, that's it.
I got a couple.
Go ahead.
Number one, the Dallas Wings, dummies of the week for me. Y'all drafted AZ Fudd over Olivia Miles for PR and some magazine covers for AZ and Page.
Ooh.
And Olivia Miles is already. I'll be honest. She's looking like she's got an argument for already being top 15 in the W.
She's special. You know me, I'm one of those you got to do both 2 years kind of guys in any sport, but she looks special. Some people just look special off the rip.
So, yeah, y'all have fun with that. Green Bay, bad enough Jordan Love is taking your money. Now you give Christian Watson that kind of extension. Good luck. Good luck.
That little chuckle had me.
Good luck. That's all I can say. Good luck.
Oh, I got something. I know you got the Louisville transfer hall. Let me just finish it. Sorsby, you did the right thing.
You did the right thing.
Come on. We gotta clap it up for him. Javon, we gotta clap it up. You did the right thing, man. You did wrong. It was a cautionary tale. Kids, you do something wrong, make it right. Move on. Go to the league. I think he'll be picked in the supplemental draft. Yeah, that was a great job, Sorsby. I'm very impressed with you with
that. Yeah, so Pat Kelsey, people just don't get on him. And what was this? His second year at Louisville, whatever. But they give him a lot of grace because who he's taking over for, white coach taking over for a black coach, whatever. Buddy, with this transfer hall, Shelstad, Vinegar, and them cats, I better see something from Louisville this year. I better see something from Louisville this year. I got that. Sean, did you watch the UFC Freedom 250 on Sunday night?
Can't lie, I was partying with Knicks fans on Saturday and was a little hungover, so I didn't get to get out the house. I'm just gonna keep it a buck, so I didn't watch. But I got invited to 2 places. But the optics online looked crazy. But I didn't watch any of the fights.
So that's the last time these happened on a Sunday night because I fell asleep for the last 2 fights. My parlay was looking real good. And then Sean O'Malley knocked out the one brother. And I was just whatever energy I had left for the night, that took it. And I wound up falling asleep on the couch before the Taporia fight. Disappointed Ilya Taporia because that fight was tied. And then instead of trying to gut it out through the 5th, he's like, I can't see. And just gave up. I'm a little disappointed. But then again, when you can't see, that's dangerous. So I understand it. But the biggest disappointment, Alexa, buddy, you are a dangerous striker. And you get packed up like that by Cyril Gane. No heart Cyril Gane that didn't even want to be in the octagon with John Jones a couple years ago. Oof. Very, 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 very disappointed. Derek Lewis's shtick is getting old to me. And Josh Holkett, Michelle Obama's a man. Let me be honest with you, Sean. Some of these UFC cats, like, just shoot them. Just shoot them. Just shoot them. I didn't want to say because you can't win the fight. Just shoot them. I don't care. Look, y'all can call me every type of N-word in the book. I don't care. Just shoot them. That's all I got to say. Oh, yeah, in this whole Carmelo with a K Anthony thing.
Yeah.
I hope he wins that appeal because his public defender, that is the worst jury selection process I've seen in my life. So I really hope he gets something, especially considering how many friends that kid's dad had in the judicial system. I hope he wins his appeal. But yo, like the white kid's dad.
Oh,
I'm be
racist.
honest with you, Sean. I'm a little sick in the head. I grew up watching the Boondocks and Uncle Ruckus. Racial slurs ain't nothing but jokes to me these days, because where it's coming from, they normally can't fight. I'm gonna be honest with you, Sean. Watermelon Felon is definitely top 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah.
Hey, I'll be honest. Me and my homeboys been laughing at that all week. Like, yo,
Yeah.
he a terrible dude, and he need his ass kicked. But Watermelon Felon is top 3. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's funny. I have to pull it up. My mom texted me about that. The water. She couldn't get over the watermelon fellow. That she was so offended about that. Me and my mom had deep debates. One thing I would say that is this, from in all seriousness, I'll be done with this because I work with kids and things of that nature. I just feel bad because conflict resolution, and that's something I teach kids, is so out of whack nowadays. Like, because I think both of those kids were wrong, but I also think this could have been avoided. You know what I'm saying? I think it could have been avoided. I'm not absolving Carmelo for you can't, someone pushes you can't stab someone. So but I do think 35 years for a 17-year-old kid. I work with them all the freaking time. That broke my heart. I can't lie. I'm like, my girl was like, yo, you very invested in it. Because I'm like, because I know he's not. I don't give up on kids. I work with a lot of tough kids, but I never give up on them because who they are and the decision they make at 15, 16, 17, they ain't going to be who they are at 40. You know what I'm saying? So give that kid 35 years. That's wrong. I don't care what anyone says. And again, I'm not saying he didn't deserve anything, because you shouldn't have killed that kid or even stabbed him. You take a chance, you could kill someone. But 35 years for a 17, because he did that at 17. Yeah, that's something I'm not too happy about.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Gotta have some consequence. But
absolutely. 10 years I would have been fine with probation 5 or 2 to 5 manslaughter. But you give that kid like first degree murder. First degree murder is premeditated murder. That was a kid who didn't have the skills to do it, to deal with his anger. And then the other kid was pushing him and bullying him. You know what I mean? Like, I work with these kids all the freaking time. They both were wrong. Again, not observing, absolving him of the crime. But freaking 35 years for a 17-year-old who didn't premeditate that act of passion? Come on. That's ridiculous. That's a kid thing, not a color thing. I don't care if it was a white. I don't care about any of that crap. Don't give up. And he might get out in 17.5 years. You're basically throwing this kid's life away. That's messed up. As you can tell, I'm passionate about that.
No. I'm with you. Hey, man, listen. I made sure I was at least cordial with the quiet kids in school.
Yeah.
I ain't want no problems. Man.
You never know. You never know.
Partner for the project, I got you. Yeah, just we good. We good.
Watermelon Felon. Yeah, this dude's funny.
All right, well, that's all we got for you. Hell, I might have some watermelon this weekend at this Juneteenth cookout. Who knows?
Going back home, right?
Yes, sir.
I enjoy, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
definitely enjoy.
I'll catch y'all. We'll catch y'all next week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We got schedule prediction stuff starts next week.
Damn, we're already in June. July's coming up.
So schedule prediction starts next week. Previewing the draft, and I'm gonna be shocked if at least details of at least one trade start to emerge next week.
NBA?
Yeah.
Giannis will be gone by the draft next week or in 2 weeks, whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, be out of here.
Yeah.